Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Craven County where US 70 is going to experience some lane closures on Saturday due to repairs and road marking. The New Bern Area Metropolitan Planning Organization says one eastbound lane of the highway at Grantham Road will be closed starting at 7 a.m. due to bridge construction. It will be closed until 7 p.m. according to a social media post. Now another eastbound and westbound lane of US 70 will be closed starting at 9 a.m. near Thurman Road according to the planning organization. This closure is due to pavement marking and should last until 3 p.m. The westbound lane of the highway near Williams Road will also be closed starting at 9 a.m. due to pavement marking. The planning organization says it will also last until 3 p.m. on Saturday. Now, the work is weather dependent. Drivers are asked to be cautious and pay attention to signs when the active instruction areas are happening. And then the town of Beaufort also going to be experiencing some repaving and some construction, and this will begin coming up next week. Now, starting on Tuesday, the town of Beaufort said crews will repave Turner Street, which will be closed between Front and Ann Streets. Now, the road is set to reopen on April 10th. And of course, this is the Friday before we push those clocks forward and spring ahead. NBC's Joe Fryer has more on the biannual debate on daylight saving time.
It's like clockwork. Every year on the second Sunday of March, time moves forward 1 hour for Americans in 48 states. No matter if you're a night owl or early bird, those 60 minutes will vanish.
Daylight savings time.
Bad news for many, including pet owners and parents.
Just a reminder to set your clocks back and prepare for a little sleep.
But sacrificing 60 minutes of slumber is worth it for those who dream of more sunshine.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I better not see y'all complaining.
A Gallup poll suggests nearly half of Americans would prefer standard time all year, more light in the morning. Another survey found more than 50% of the nation says their sleep schedule is affected negatively by the seasonal time change.
There's a greater increase of car accidents when this occurs, particularly fatal car accidents, more heart attacks, more strokes, and just people not being as attentive as they could be.
Well, many would love to press snooze on this time shift.
Why are we still doing daylight saving time?
It would require an act of Congress. One Florida lawmaker is the latest to call for a change, proposing a compromise, moving all U.S. time zones forward by 30 minutes and leaving them there for good. At the state level, the Virginia Senate passed a bill last month to end daylight saving time.
This is a bill to stop the madness.
But it requires Maryland and D.C. to introduce similar changes. Some of our neighbors up north in Canada did pass legislation to spring forward for good Sunday.
British Columbia is going to change our clocks just one more time and then never again.
For Americans dreading losing Z's,
it's time for some serious intervention.
There are tools to help, like the app Alarmy, which requires solving math problems before turning it off.
I always love a good debate, especially when it involves kids dancing to music. That's just always a good time. Let's talk about your weather forecast, though. If you're a fan of warmer weather, you're going to be dancing when you hear these numbers coming up this weekend. We've increased air temperature expectations for Saturday and even Sunday, as the air temperatures today have overachieved a bit. Right now, 82 degrees, comes with a southwesterly wind in Greenville at 10 miles an hour. Plenty of sunshine today led to, again, many inland areas reaching into the low 80s. Now, it feels for some maybe a little bit warmer because as heat has risen, humidity is also on the rise as well. Dew points in more of a May-like zone in the really low to mid 60s. Some of us, again, experiencing the upper 50s. We got a 59-degree dew point in Greenville, Washington, Hatteras, as well as a Hosky. But most of eastern North Carolina has really noticed a big humidity jump over the past few days. Now, a 60-degree dew point is still, at least in my mind, tolerable. Once you start to get into the mid to upper 60s, that's when you can start to feel the air get a little bit thicker, a little bit heavier. Now, winds out of the southwest are only going to increase that humidity throughout eastern North Carolina. The limiting factor, what's going to keep it from getting back into the 70s, are our overnight lows. The colder we get, the lower our dew points get. Now, overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, dew points are only going to be dropping down into the low to mid 60s. So any sort of relief probably not going to be happening over tonight into tomorrow morning. In fact, we're going to be waking up to quite a bit of fog early on tomorrow because of the rising humidity and the low wind speeds. So if you're waking up early to maybe go for a run, it's going to be fantastic out there. But if you're going out there early to catch some sun, you're going to have a tougher time catching those rays. For tomorrow afternoon, again, upper 70s. Some of us will be sneaking into the low 80s, but rain chances will start to return to the region by the time we get to Sunday and Monday. Now, first half of your Sunday at this point looking dry. It's the second half of your Sunday that could feature a bit of some rain, and not just a bit. We could see some thunderstorms, particularly closer to the North Carolina-Virginia line as we head through your Sunday afternoon and into Sunday evening. That will carry over into Monday, keeping that chance of rain present, holding it about a 30% chance for Monday and into Tuesday. Wednesday, dry, sunny, and hot. 86 degrees on Wednesday. Now, yeah, if we were in the summer months, we wouldn't be calling 86 hot. But for March, 86 is a toasty day, especially mid-March. Now, the following day, on Thursday, we're going to be tracking a strong cold front. Now, timing on that front is still being worked out. Right now, most models are suggesting that front should come in through the early morning hours to mid-morning hours on Thursday. That will significantly limit any sort of severe weather potential that could occur because of that front due to the timing of it. Coming in during the coldest hours of the day generally lead to very little thunderstorm activity. So that is some good news for Thursday, but we are still a ways away from getting to Thursday, so that timing could certainly change. And that's why, again, we want to first alert you to Thursday, as that could be a day where we see some stronger storms pop up across the east. Friday, back down finally to our seasonal average of the low 60s. And we warm right on back up again, gaining 11 degrees from Friday afternoon into Saturday afternoon, but we maintain the chance of a few spotty showers and storms as we head into the start of next weekend. Well, that's all we have time for today's 4 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic rest of your Friday. We won't see you back here at the top of the hour. This is our last one for the week. We'll see you back here coming up Monday morning with Jim and Gigi. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Friday, an even better weekend. And we'll see you back here on Monday.